Let's finish talking. Hongbo Mai turned and left. But he doesn't know. My nightmare has just begun. Because the character Huang Kaming set for him is arrogant. No matter how much you like it, I still say hate. And Guo Jijiang is the kind of person who even gets rejected. A rude man who will also chase after his crush. As long as you hate. Guo Jijiang is more energetic. The next morning, there are many people in the class discussing Red Bao Mei thing. In the end, it was her best friend who reminded her. Better let her hurry to the concession stand. The commissary at this time. It's full of students eating melons. When the red envelope doesn't squeeze through the crowd, when I see the scene in front of me. His eyes twisted slightly. It was Guo Jijiang who came. He wants to buy all the coffee in the concession stand. But Auntie insisted not to sell it to off-campus personnel. Until Guo Jijiang saw Hongbo Mai in the crowd. And I came up with a solution. Let him come and buy it. Pay for it yourself. After all, this aunt said, he doesn't sell it. I can't just grab it. But he was puzzled. Ask who the other party is. Why would you do that? Guo Jijiang can't help but complain. You set it up too much, haven't you? I don't even know Guo Jijiang from the Emperor Gang. Of course, I want your contact information. After all, I like your arrogant look. After seeing each other's crazy eyes, Hongbo Mai was completely panicked. If there are boring rumors like that, you may never be able to get along with Yuan again. Brother Zhang remains ambiguous, so he decided to take a break. The other party gave Guo Jijiang's contact information. Tell him not to come back to school, but Hongbo Mai still doesn't understand. How can I be entangled by this guy? How crazy is Guo Jijiang after falling in love? Actually found someone they like. Beat him up and then grab the phone. When Hongbo Mai got the news, his face turned livid. To know yourself for a second. Just finished showing off to my girlfriends. I'm about to take brother Yuan Zhang. And now, he's told he's done it. I also promise that I will never appear in front of you again. And here's what's even scarier. Guo Jijiang actually appeared at the door of his own house. Angry Red Bao Mei directly threw the phone to the ground. I finally hooked up with a handsome guy. It was stirred up like this. So I have to fight tooth for tooth. Make you as unlucky as me. So he dialed his ex-boyfriend's number. I want him to help kill Guo Jijiang. As long as this requirement can be fulfilled, I agree with whatever you say. Pei Yuanqi couldn't help but reveal an evil smile when he heard the word. This is what you said. After the phone call, Hongbo Mai went downstairs and found Guo Jijiang. Let him accompany himself to bring love. After arriving at the destination, Hongbo Mai asked the question she had been puzzled by for a long time. Where on earth did you meet me? Guo Jijiang was confused when he heard the words. I shouldn't have asked where you met me. After all, I heard that you fell in love with me at the first sight. Hearing the sentence, Hongbo Mai couldn't help but open mouth. Which bastard spread the rumor? But Guo Jijiang thought the other party was shy. That's why I said that. Little do they know that Hongbo Mai has already moved to kill. We're stalling now. Waiting for his ex-boyfriend to arrive. So he found another topic. Ask Guo Jijiang what happened to his clothes. You feel handsome too. This dragon jacket is the symbol of the Emperor Gang. Guo Jijiang said this with pride on his face. Then like a fan. Keep saying good things about the gang leader. This made Hongbo Mai speechless. I don't know what he's talking about. I only know that Guo Jijiang is very respected. Worship the man named Gangmaster. When asked if he likes the leader, Guo Jijin answered without hesitation, of course. After all, it was the first time I met him. Those who truly want to follow. In a word, he is the best man. So no matter what the cost, I will definitely make him a king. But then again, you really don't know about this jacket? Does it mean anything? At this point, he couldn't help but mutter. The guy who beat the horse's heart. I seem to be wearing a jacket like this. But Guo Jijiang didn't hear it because the wind was too loud. I want him to say it again. But he said nothing. In that case, then let's go eat. But stay motionless. It's really not my style. Just treat it as a red envelope and don't want to find a reason. Stay a little longer. The ex-boyfriend finally brought someone to the destination. As soon as he got out of the car, he couldn't help but tease. This man looks terrible. How could you be bothered by him? I saw 5 men get out of the van. The guy in the lead is also holding a mace. But Guo Jijiang looked calm. Just asked Hongbo Mai, do you know him? But I haven't waited for Hongbeo Mei to answer yet. The other party takes the initiative to speak. Why are you always so humane? Bad guys matter. Guo Jijiang reacted in his words, learning that Hongbeo Mei is a very dangerous woman. But even so, he was still tempted. After all, that's the only way to fit his character. Just as Guo Jijiang wanted to let Hongbo Mai, when you hide behind yourself, he just ran over. Even when you get in the car. I also told a few people, hurry up and do it for me. Kill him and throw him into the lake. And Guo Jijiang was speechless. Couldn't help but complain. A woman's heart really changes. But Pei Yuanqi didn't want ink marks. Let his little brother go up and kill him directly. The result has not been a moment. Several people were all knocked to the ground. Guo Jijiang grabbed a card. It turns out that the other party is engaged in the lending industry. Suddenly disdainful. After all, bullying, the second-rate thing. Would it be bad? The man's first date. It was tragically jumped by 5 big Han immortals. Girlfriend not only ran away, he was also mocked by the other party. As a result, 4 of his subordinates neither lasted more than 2.5 minutes in the hands of Guo Jijiang. But even so, he's still dismissive. Think of each other. It's just a scene of horseplay at the student level. And then you're actually killing on the spot. So the two are not on the same level at all. It turned out that a long time ago, Pei Yuanqi was spiked once by Ma Healy's brother. But he was not reconciled. I want to find someone to avenge myself. But the other party not only did not help him, he also persuaded Pei Yuanqi to apologize to Ma Jiaxing. After all, that guy is from the Federation. If you want to do well in Daisian, then you must not offend this force. And soon enough, I will also join the Federation. Just a few days after this incident, Hongbo Mai also asked him to break up. Because he felt that the escort was actually too embarrassing. It was actually killed in one move. Just when the red envelope plum wants to leave. But Pei Yuanqi grabbed his hair. Ask him to repeat what he just said. But just then, there was a group of people approaching, threatening Pei Yuanqi to let go of Hongbo Mai. Otherwise, you can try a 4. Due to the number of people, he had to follow the other party's instructions. Let go of the red hair, beauty, and the 2 were just before leaving. Feed Pei Yuanqi a wave of dog food. He was shaking with anger. Finally chose to flee Daisian. Come to the Gongju to get along with all kinds of gangsters. In the process, I don't know how many wars I've been through to achieve today's achievements. So it's up to you, the guy who plays gang games. Still wants to beat me. It's just a dream. I'd like to see it. How many times can you dodge an attack? And in the next battle, Pei Yuanqi, it is also the back rock that successfully catches the other party's dodge. Hit him hard on the shoulder with a stick. Guo Jijiang reacted in time. Use your head to block the attack. But even so, he was still knocked out. But he doesn't care about his injuries. Instead, he looked at the clothes for the first time. Discovered the attack just now. Or cut the clothes? Pei Yuanqi noticed this move. Can't help but be stunned for a moment. Doubt. This kid is because he doesn't want his clothes to crack. Will block the attack with your head. Just thinking about this, Pei Yuanqi thought that the other party was looking down on him. And he's charging at him with a mace. But at this time, Guo Zi will be righteous. After dodging the incoming attack, they immediately organized a counterattack. Kicked him directly in the chin. And that's a normal shot. It made Pei Yuanqi doubt life. What's up with this sense of weight? Is the other party really a student? Why have I never been in another gang? Feel it. But Guo Jijiang didn't stop there. Instead, he punched him in the face. In an instant, he was knocked from the land to the lake. But that's not all. Close to the paltry 2 hits. It can't dissipate the anger of Dugui Hashi Jijiang at all. The screams kept coming. scared Hongbei into a cold sweat. Because he knows very well. This miserable sound is from his ex-boyfriend Pei Yuanqi. Until the lake was covered in blood. Guo Jijiang just stopped. Student level. Do you think that man named Huangwu Emperor? Is this the only level? I didn't expect it to be because of a prank from a girl. The harmed H country. The largest underworld syndicate almost disappeared. And the first person to discover the truth. It was Guo Zi, the captain of the second team, in charge of fighting Zhang just now. The red envelope, Mai, who realized that something was wrong, wanted to call the police for help, broke the glass door first, threatening the other person to keep his mouth shut if he wants to live. And Hongbo Mai, after getting out of the car, immediately knelt on the ground. I begged Guo Jijiang to let him go, but the other party still felt inexplicable until this time. I obviously didn't do anything to offend myself. Woman thing. Why do you want to plot against me? Even to achieve this goal. Lie to have a crush on me. Speaking of which, the red-haired beauty couldn't help choking up. He doesn't even remember saying that. As soon as the sentence comes out, Guo Jijiang felt even more angry. Then you mean that brother Zexian lied to me? But he quickly thought of something. So he point to the 4 people who fell to the ground over there and ask, are these guys just you doing it? If that's the case, I might have offended somewhere. Past them. After all, I usually offend to many people. I can't remember. Although the red-haired beauty doesn't understand what Guo Jijiang is talking about. But he sees, after seeing the opportunity to escape the immediate danger. He insisted that he was in danger. The result is now. A familiar voice sounded behind him. You've got that disgusting stink again. Obviously asking for help from others. But they don't follow the most basic principles. The guy from the Emperor gang. I admit that you are better than me. But you have absolutely no idea that thing about your gang leader. And this sentence aroused the interest of Guo Jijiang. So he asked the other party to talk about it. If it doesn't work, you don't want to live. If I'm not mistaken, you once killed a person because of the gang leader. So I suffered a little bit. Right? After seeing that Guo Jijiang didn't respond. He's not going to continue to sell. He said he was going to fight with the kid from the Daisian Federation. Beating him into a vegetable. Hongbo Mai, who heard this, instantly realized that something was wrong. I want to stop Pei Yuanqi. But he continued to speak. Even did an analysis for Guo Jijiang. Was your gang leader more than usual at that time? More angry. Don't you find it strange? Hearing the sentence, Guo Jijiang couldn't help but be slightly stunned, remembering the scene of the past. No matter how much you persuade, the gang leader just didn't listen. He also threatened Guo Jijiang not to follow. Otherwise, don't blame me for turning my face and not recognizing people. The gang leader only brought a few direct subordinates, troops to attack the Federation. And the 2 captains did not participate, leaving 30 seriously injured on the Federation side. A coma is to make this matter irreversible. Because one of them is lying in the hospital sick. Coma in bed. I don't wake up, so I'm forced to. They had to choose to pay for the gang leader. Price candidate. After all, this is about the survival of the Emperor gang. From now on, the gang leader never mentioned it again. And we didn't speak. So I don't know what happened. But this guy in front of me. But pretend to know very well. He even claimed that the woman kneeling over there. I should know the truth of this better than I do. In the beginning, Guo Jijiang still can't believe it. After all, he didn't even know the Emperor gang, until Pei Yuanqi revealed the reason. It's because that girl hates a girl. Only entrusted someone to teach his brother a lesson. Let that person induce your help. Lessons learned from the stars of the Daisian Federation. But even so, Hongbo Mai is still unwilling to admit the truth. Lied that Pei Yuanqi was lying. But Guo Jijiang didn't want to care so much. He only knew that the other party was already suspected. Then you have to find out the truth yourself. Even if you run to the end of hell. I will also chase after. By then, if I find out that you are lying, it wouldn't leave a small wound like this. So you better tell the truth. Cold sweat in Hongbo Mai's words. Tell everything you know. It's all said. When Guo Jijiang, when I heard that the man was Ma Healy's brother, can't help but be stunned for a moment. But just to be on the safe side, he also specially showed the photo to Hongbomai. Until confirmed, Guo Jijiang gritted his teeth. No wonder I met Maheli on KTV that day. I always feel something is wrong. So this is what happened. Coming, Guo Jijiang finally knows the truth behind everything. Just now, he learned from Hong Baomei's mouth. Maheli, it was actually the deer who was turned into a vegetable by the helper sister and the person who encouraged the gang leader to take action. It was actually the captain of the first team of the Emperor gang debugging the ghost. So much so that the mace in my hand is not stable. Fell to the ground, although Guo Jijiang felt a headache. But he knows himself. We have to get this information out now. The one that was passed on to the Emperor gang, and he was ready to go. And when she caught a glimpse of Pei Yuanqi's extremely poor face, Hongbomai, I want Guo Jijiang to take him away too. But Guo Jijiang rejected his request. Express that if you didn't have more important things to do, execute. Otherwise, I'll teach you a lesson. Pei Yuanqi, who saw the scene, I had a bad laugh. Come to Hongbomai immediately. Pulled his hair and walked into the van. At this time, Guo Jijiang then drive the motorcycle to 200 yards. I can't wait to return to the Emperor's helper immediately. He also dialed the numbers of other members. But they didn't answer. Just be Guo when Jijiang focuses on his phone. Little do they know that danger is quietly approaching, so much so that he accidentally causing himself to be caught by the people of the Federation. When Guo Jijiang woke up, it has appeared in a warehouse. The man in front of him is a 9 from the Daisian Federation. Team captain, woman on. He couldn't help but tease whether the other party was broken in love. That's why you're wandering around unsuspecting. But Guo Jijiang ignored it. He was complaining, I shouldn't be here now. But his move caused minute dissatisfaction in the text, so he leaned forward to provoke the other party. As a result, Guo Jijiang actually bit his nose directly. Minwen screamed in pain. His younger brother saw the scene. He wanted to help. Only then did Guo Jijiang get down. But the nose on Minwen is bleeding profusely. I can't wait to kill him now. Fortunately, he was stopped in time by 2 younger brothers because the chief of staff promised to keep him alive. Guo Jijiang provoked the other party. If you don't do it now, I will regret it in the future. But Min Wenshang ignored it. They mocked him for his ignorance. He believes that Guo Jijiang is still unaware of his situation. So I told him directly. You are now the wife of the chief of staff. In this case, he asked us to let you go for a while. It means he is preparing a more brutal plan. And the other side at this time, Huang Kaming also followed the navigation map. Came to Lu Shangkai's house. It turned out to be a luxury villa. But he didn't have the time to sigh. I had to pick myself up. Just one mistake. This game will end immediately. Until then, Wang Xiaoman just rang the doorbell. And Lu Shangkai took him to a study. And let him come to the tea table here to chat slowly. The two seem to be very compatible on the surface. Appearance. In fact, everyone is looking for each other's flaws in their hearts. Lu Shangkai gave Huang Kayaman the feeling. A boy born with a golden key. Anyway, I feel him in that kind of sweat. The smelly fight scenes are irrelevant. It turned out to be the chief of staff of the Daisian Federation. Yellow grass. Rice really doesn't understand. Why would he bring someone who is not suitable for him? Name. Is this going to make a difference in his life? What help? Obviously, a young master born with the golden key. Behind his back is a gang chief of staff. And now, it's all about finding enemies. False gang leader of power, called the suspect home. He wants to take advantage of Guo Zi, test each other in the future. See what happens. But he didn't do it directly. Instead, he asked Huang Kayaman a question first. Do you think that fake gang leader? What means did he use to manipulate the emperor? Huang Kayaman couldn't help but be slightly stunned. I didn't expect Lu Shangkai called himself here for this reason. So he told the other party the correct answer. Probably by text message or something. After all, in this situation, hastily pretending to be wrong. It gets weirder. Unexpectedly, Lu Shangkai actually asked along this answer. What your brother left behind? Is there a cell phone or something in there? And this time, the answer, yellow grass rice, is not ready to tell the truth. Because the other party cannot confirm the authenticity of the content. It turned out that he just said what was inside, without a cell phone. Lu Shangkai actually put on a gloomy expression. Question Huang Kaiman. Is that true? You won't lie to me again, will you? I was so scared that Huang Kaiman broke out in a cold sweat. But he didn't waver. Insisted that there was nothing special in it. If I'm not mistaken, there must be a lucky guy. Accidentally picked up a cell phone. And they're just using it. But that guy is definitely in Dragon Day. There's no question about that. Huang Kaiman asked the other party. Why are you obsessed with defeating the Emperor Gang? You shouldn't have to work hard for this kind of thing, right? Is there some deep hatred? As a result, Lu Shangkai said lightly. It's just an amateur activity. It's like comforting a tired test taker. And the livestock that joined forces, when pulling the king off his horse. Helpful. I thought you would understand what I was thinking. After all, the bottom of society, that's how it should be used. With these words, he was ready to leave. But Huang Kaiman did not understand. What does it mean to bring the king down? But you can tell by the look on his face. Definitely not a good thing. So I had to stop him. Taro, Shangkai turned around and asked Huang Tao at this time. Min, one last thing. Our people accidentally caught the second fan of the Emperor Gang. Team Captain, Guo Jijiang. If it were you, how will you make good use of that, kid? Huang Kaiman had to pretend to be confused when he saw this. Isn't it a good thing to catch cadres? That's right, he is an important fighting force of the Emperor Gang. Maybe you don't need to find the fake leader. Can also be agreed through this matter. To defeat the Emperor Gang. So I want to make good use of him. Can you help me think about it? Then I'll congratulate you in advance. Although I don't know what I can think of, but I will try my best to help. But Lu Xiang just left. Wang Xiaoman panicked instantly. What the hell is he talking about? How could Guo Jijiang be arrested? Shouldn't he be teaching a lesson? Hongbo Mai. So what exactly happened? Will cause him to be caught. It wasn't always the chief of staff watching my reaction. Lie. But if what he said is true, it would be a big loss to lose him. After all, Guo Jijiang is not only outstanding in strength, still a guy who is loyal to the gang leader. So I have to know the exact situation now. Only so, to confirm whether what he said is true. But if I ask to go home in my current situation, I'm afraid it will deepen his suspicions. That defeats what I'm here for. So Huang Kaiman found the housekeeper. Asked the other party where the bathroom is. Because he can only deal with it calmly now. If what the chief of staff says is true, then I have to rescue Guo from this house. Jijiang. Little do I know, this scene. They were all seen by Lu Xiang in the monitoring room. Will Huang Kaiman choose to take out his mobile phone? Coming. Huang Kaiman, in order to dispel the suspicion of the chief of staff, choose to go deep into the enemy camp. But just to be on the safe side. Or let Kanazawa wait for him at the door first. But Kanazawa is very worried. I'm afraid Huang Kaiman won't be able to come back, and so it was. He's in a very dangerous situation. Once the yellow grass rice takes out the phone, the chief of staff in the surveillance room, you can confirm the identity of the other party, because he just deliberately revealed the news that Guo Jijiang was arrested. If yellow grass rice is a fake gang leader, then you will definitely find a way to confirm the authenticity. After all, the only thing he can do now, it is to give orders to the Emperor Gang. Let others confirm the situation. So get out that phone quickly. But the result is that the yellow grass rice is stunned in place. I'm amazed that the bathroom here looks like. It's bigger than your own room. This made Lu Shangkai a little stunned. I can't believe he didn't do anything. Just to go to the toilet. Little did he know that Huang Kaiman had been scared into a cold sweat. Because he was about to take out his phone just now. If you do that, something big could happen. After all, the chief of staff is suspicious of me now. According to this assumption, to analyze the current situation, if he wanted to know how I would react, it should have been said on the spot. But he told me when he left the room. This shows that he was curious about the time was left alone in the room. What's your reaction? So there's definitely something here. Let him witness it with his own eyes. Otherwise, he couldn't have finished that sentence. Haven't waited to see my reaction. You have to leave the room. After all, it's the only way.